Hello everybody and welcome back to Rennebu. This is competitive multiplayer and we're in the process of just really starting off, harvesting the fields that we have and extending the fields that we have. That is how we finished. I was just ploughing some of the field boundaries to make them bigger, and that's also how we're going to continue. So yeah, my combine is over there and ready, should be tied up, so let's go and quickly get it, take it out of the field, and I think we're going to drill all of our fields together. It just makes sense because the drill will be rented and it will be quite expensive to rent it, use it and then return it and then rent it again. So we really want to be avoiding doing that. We have to do everything in one go. Chainsaw should be somewhere over in that direction, although our two plots of land are directly next to each other. Yes, his does spread out a bit over behind the trees. So there is my header trailer. No doubt I'm putting the header on the incorrect side, we'll have to see. Hopefully not. It seems to be alright. All I'm doing is taking it out of this field anyway, just to free up space. So yeah, we're playing at times 6. That is going to be the time rate from now on. We did try times 10 in the previous episode, but yeah, we established it was a bit too fast, so times 6 should be perfect. Here's a good piece of grass. We'll store the combine here. And we'll jump into the New Holland, the T7 220. We've got the plough on the back. Let's get the engine started. Okay. So yes, I was over here, extending the field boundaries of a grass field. Many people have suggested keeping the grass for now and then creating silage or silage bales. It's a good idea. I'm tempted to do that with the big field. I think maybe this smaller field should be turned into an arable crop straight away, because it's not like the grass is ready, so we'll still have to wait for it. We might as well get another crop growing, a combinable crop. But yes, I do think that doing silage or something like that with the big field makes sense, because we could also get a pit. We don't actually have to do bales if we don't want to. It would be cheaper long term to get a pit, because obviously if we're doing bales we'd have to get a baler and a wrapper, or an expensive all-in-one baler and wrapper. And yeah, if we had a pit we'd just get a forage wagon and then dump it into there for fermentation. So that would be better. Yes, although it looks like I'm just randomly ploughing up the grass, I'm extending this field because obviously the grass on the right is field grass and this is more like meadow grass, and the direct drill would not allow us to drill into here as far as I'm aware. So we've got to plough it. Yes, I'm fairly sure the direct drill wouldn't go into here. So I'll continue. There's not too much to do around here, just extending it a bit. I think it does make a lot of sense joining these two fields together. So 114 and 117 are now just one field. So that's really good timing as well, because it means we can harvest the sorghum and then we can drill the whole lot together. Because eventually when we have bigger machinery, it's going to be even easier to get these plots re-drilled and harvested. So I think, although yeah, there's a few bits and bobs that can be done, I think we are done, because some of this may even turn into yard. This seems to be the location where I'm building a yard, so yeah, there's no point in extending the field when I'm probably going to build back onto it again. So yeah, if we are done, then this plough can be returned. I've only had it for, well, less than half an hour, but yeah, it's done its job already. So yeah, I was going to do drilling next, but as I have now discovered that my sorghum is ready, we should harvest that. So let's grab the trailer. Of course, if you want to see what Chainsaw's up to, then please do check out his video, the link is down below. Yeah, it's not really, although it's multiplayer, we don't necessarily see each other all the time. We're very busy competing. We're competing against each other. No idea who will win. Chainsaw's won the last 2 competitive multiplayer series, but maybe it's third time lucky for me. We will have to see. Yeah, so as it turns out, I probably didn't need to pack up the combine. But this is such a tiny plot, it's going to take minutes to do. When it comes to expanding the yard, we definitely need to get a grain silo and a silage pit. I think a silage pit is definitely the way forward for us, because we can rent the loading wagon, we can go for quite a big one. And because we do own a tractor which is of decent size and it can be upgraded considerably horsepower wise, yes, there's going to be no problem attaching that to a much bigger one. Because although, yeah, we have this tractor, it's got the smallest engine. So I think it's a T7 and it's 220, probably upgradable to something like a 280. I'm not very familiar with New Hollands. Oh look, used machinery and quite a bit of it. So there are loading wagons in here too, but I think renting is going to be the way forward for us. But yeah, as I was just saying, the tractor is 218. This is a 220. We're not going to sell it, no. But it is upgradable to the 270. So that's 269 horsepower. So quite a difference. It's going to be handy. We're going to do that. And we'll probably add some other options as well, because everything about this tractor that we have is standard. It's got no options. Okay, I think sorghum goes to the usual sell point. This is a big map. It is a bit of a drive to the sell point, but it's all part of the challenge. I don't think this is going to take more than 5 minutes to do this field. It'll be interesting to see if Chainsaw starts to build a farm. He doesn't need to, he could go and buy another one. But if he is going to, then he's going to have to build on one of these fields. I'll have to sit back and wait to see what he does. I haven't watched his videos because I don't like to accidentally copy what he's doing. So yeah, he might have said in a subtitle what his plans are. I really don't know. Anyway, that's as almost empty. It looks like it is going to be almost a full trailer load. We've still got a bit left to harvest. Put a bit more in the front. And we'll continue. It's only going to take a second. So I think we do need to also do lime. I'm fairly sure that lime requirement is enabled. I will of course check this before I spend a load of money on a spreader and lime. But yeah, I think we do have to do, well, we don't have to do it, but obviously if we do it, we'll increase the yield of the next crop. Yes, we should do lime, and also there'll be weeds. There's also crop destruction, as I found while doing the ploughing. But that's good to know. So we are going to apply lime, as we do have 3 fields to do it on. And then we'll have to tackle the weed issue later. It might be that they fully grow pretty quickly, in which case we'll need a sprayer. Or we may be able to catch them when they're small, and then we can get away with using a weeder. Okay, so that is the sorghum finished. It's another 790 litres. It should fit in the trailer. Although it wasn't fully empty, was it? There's still a bit left in the combine. There we go. So, we'll switch the engine off. And we will head off, because I'm hoping the price is currently quite good. Let's just check those prices. Sorghum, it's going down. It's not terrible, sort of halfway. And yes, the sell point is the same place, the grain mill. So let's go. And this time I would try not to hit any crash barriers. I love all these different twisty turny tracks. So much more interesting than just a straight road. And you have to go over these streams and bridges and everything. This is the farm that Chainsaw may decide to buy. At the moment it belongs to neither of us, but it is there. It's a potential farm to purchase. I think the sooner we can buy a lorry the better, really, because we are carting quite a lot, and having some extra speed would be lovely. I think what I'll do is I'll enable the Platinum expansion lorries on here. I don't think either of us could afford a lorry at the moment, but eventually we'll probably both need to have one of those Volvos. But there we go, that was £8,913. It all helps. Let's just pull over actually. Let's just see if we can take advantage of anything in the sale. So as I mentioned, we have to spend the money pretty wisely. We can't just go buying stuff for the sake of it. Like this, I think we're better off, way better off, renting a bigger one. But things like spreaders, they would be perfect to get from the sale. Yeah, it's all mostly small stuff. And yeah, our tractor's already bigger than these, so nope, I don't think there's anything in the sale that I want to get. Now, as for spreaders, of course we have to make sure it's one that's compatible with lime. So this one here, or this one here. Yeah, let's just see here. This one should be fine. In big configuration. Spreading discs, 6 metre spreading unit, there we go. So to lease that, it'd be £2,773. Not too bad. So we will lease it, and we will spread those fields. I wonder if there is a place to get lime. If there isn't, we can buy it in bags, so that's not a huge problem. But a lime station would be slightly faster, unless of course we have to travel, in which case it'd be much slower. I can just about see a chainsaw on the road ahead. I'm not too sure what he's towing. It looks silvery. I was thinking slurry tank, but then that makes no sense. Water tank, maybe? Very hard to say. So we'll pop this away for now, as we don't have any more crops growing. It's not going to be used. It'll probably be used again next year. I will head over to the store to pick up the spreader. Okay, the grain mill buying station looks like a place to get the lime from, which is probably back where we came from actually. Somewhere over here, at a guess. So, yeah, we're not going to travel all the way. I don't know if it's... Well, what's more expensive? I know it's faster to fill, but is it cheaper to fill? Yeah, it probably is actually. Although $3.50 a bag, we don't need that much anyway, that's not too bad. If we just get 6 of these, that's only £2,100. We can do that. So let's back out. Oh, is that chainsaw's drill? It looks like it is. So let's get these filled up. Maybe what I could see him towing was a spreader. Maybe he was spreading lime just like me. Okay, so that's 9,000 litres. Really hard to say if it's enough. I know that it does get through it pretty quickly though. So I think to play it safe we should get 4 more. I just hope it's worth it. Chances are we're going to have to come back for this anyway, this extra lime. Okay, so we're left with 3 bags, but we do have 14,000 litres in the hopper. Let's get over to the fields. As I said, we do have, well, technically 3 fields, but yeah, as we join 2 together, we have 2 fields. It's incredible to think that that track you see on the distant mountain is a place you can go to. All of that brown hillside, or mountainside, is actually trees. It's all forest. And you can drive all the way up there. We'll have to try it one day. I don't think we'll ever be able to afford it, but we will certainly be able to drive up it. It finds it a little bit difficult on the hill, but as I said, we can get more power, we can get bigger wheels, wider wheels, so it's not a problem. Spreader engaged, got a decent working width, and consumption rate is, yeah, quite fast, as I thought. So yeah, I think we're going to need the other lime. Even if we don't need it this time around, we'll need it next time we spread lime, so it's going to be important. So the only part of the field that actually needs lime is the cultivated area. The rest of it doesn't seem to require it. So it's going to be a little wasteful, as we do have such a good working width. Maybe it'd be wise not to do it. I know. What we'll do is we'll do the big block over here, and then if we do have enough left, we'll just go around the headland. I suppose all of it's going to need lime. It's because it was a grass field. So it should have really all been ploughed, but that would have taken quite some time, and we really need to get another crop in the ground fast. Otherwise we're going to be falling behind. So I think it's worth sacrificing a bit of lime requirement, if that is the case. Although maybe we could do it after drilling. I know it would seem a bit weird, but it would probably still work. So yeah, I'll just do this then. Then we'll detach the spreader and we'll rent the drill. And possibly upgrade the tractor. I think it would be good to get some extra horses put into that engine. So yeah, just for now we'll park this here. This will be the first field that we do. And yeah, into cedars. The one that the chainsaw went for is the obvious one because it is a direct drill. £8,134 plus seed. So yeah, it's a bit of an expense, but we can't do without it. And here we are, we arrive at the store, and now we have 2 drills. I hope I haven't already accidentally rented another one. No. No, so either Chainsaw hasn't got to his yet, or he's accidentally rented 2, which is quite unlikely. Anyway, this must be mine. So let's get the seed purchased, big bags, seed, and I don't know how many. Certainly at least 2. I think the safest thing to do is just to get a full load, because we can always empty it again. We can empty it in our own shed. Oh, we don't need 3. Okay, so they've spawned over here. So yeah, we can't quite take all of it, but we can take most of it. When we get a tractor with a front loader or a telehandler, we can get these transported. There is a telehandler at the store, but the rule is not to take it off the premises. Anyway, yep, let's get into the shed. We do need to upgrade the engine. It must be over here. Yeah, it is. They've got a nice supply of extra transmissions and engines over here. So customize, and yeah, T270. We can't really go spending loads of money unnecessarily. But let's just have a quick look. Yeah, that's all we're going to do for now. That alone is £25,000, so yeah, that's enough money spent. Well, it's all working very well. What I will say is I'm so pleased I upgraded the engine to 270. It's quite steep just there. And it's just got enough horsepower. So 220 probably wouldn't have been enough. As for the lime requirements, yeah, it doesn't look like we do need to have any more lime. It's not changed it. So that's interesting. So if you plough, you do need it, but then if you direct drill, apparently you don't need it. Also, we mustn't forget that we do actually own our own workshop. It's part of our shed, so I can do repairs, possibly reconfigurations there as well. Certainly repairs. I'm pretty sure we can do everything except for selling. And I've just realised what Chainsaw was towing. It looks like he was towing a class baler. From a distance it looked like a tanker, but no, it was the back of a white... Well, it was obviously white and green, but yeah, the white part looked like a silvery tanker, but it isn't. So that explains why he hasn't got the drill, because he's doing that first. Although yeah, it might be costing him money to have it sat there. Right, so yeah, this field really should not take too long to do. The tractor is not struggling too much. We're putting the barley in. We're not going to have the same crop in both fields. Oh, yeah, the other field can be something different. And at some point, obviously not any time in the near future, I want to do things like poplar. But yeah, poplar is quite labour intensive and it doesn't really give us much money. But it would just be something different. That would be much later in the series. And yeah, it would also be nice to go up that track there. The mountain track. Maybe one day we can buy some land, then we can start processing trees. Just have a quick look. That track goes up here. That plot is 1.2 million. Okay, but that's alright, because there are some much cheaper plots. I did notice there were some smaller ones right over here. That's 152. There probably is one which is really cheap. Just need to find a small one. Like, that's kind of up the mess. That's 139. But yeah, there probably is something if we wanted to start doing forestry up there, and they do. I think it would be quite nice, but not yet. We need to get these crops in the ground. We have to make sure we've actually got something behind us, something to fall back on. And also animals. Yes, we're going to be doing animals as well, but we'll probably be getting them and putting them in that yard over there. So that's why I mentioned not extending the field boundaries. We do need to build as well. This back in the yard. In a minute, when this field is finished, we will take a look at the silage pits. We may have to get some mods for it, we'll have to see. But yeah, there's no harm in looking. And I'm doing oats in this field. We've got oats and barley, which I think will be fine. If I want to go for chickens, then we've got the barley for them to eat. And we should be able to get all of this done with the same tank. Then we'll have to look into fertilizer. I don't know if it's worth getting a sprayer, because then that can be used for liquid fertilizer and herbicide. I personally prefer to use the spreader, because even the cheapest spreader is really good. It's got such a good working with. For this time we can probably use the rented one, but obviously in the future we'll want to own our own one. So I'm not too sure. Anyway, it's coming together. You can see the field over there is looking much neater. Soon this field will look neat as well. And I'm hoping next week we can start the grass. There's not a super long length of grass on this field, but actually that is ready, isn't it? That is ready. So if we do rest again, which we will be doing, it might have increased in yield a bit more. I didn't think it was very long, but it is ready. So yeah, it is perfect to mow and then turn into silage. And thankfully we do have the money for it as well, so we'll be able to rent some equipment. Of course, we're not allowed to go over two pieces of equipment rented at the same time, so we have to get rid of these two, or at least one of them. Yeah, I think having the time at times 6 is perfect. It means we can start first thing in the morning at the beginning of the episode and finish at about 5 or 6 in the evening at the end of the episode. So yeah, we've found the perfect time rate. We really haven't seen Chainsaw much in this episode. I think he is picking up bales. You can just about see his equipment over there. But anyway, yeah, we are done. I expect this field will be full of weeds in the next episode when we wake up. They do tend to spring up overnight. It just really depends on if they're fully grown or not. If they are fully grown, then we definitely need a sprayer. And that's why I'm going to hold off doing any kind of fertilising today, because if we do need a sprayer, we might as well just buy a sprayer. Anyway, yes, we shall fold this up. We'll empty the seed out of it. We'll return it. And then we'll quickly look at the options for silage pits. I just love looking at the sun going down behind the mountain. Really nice. Okay, press I, there's the seed. Go into here, return the seeder. We're going to have to keep hold of the fertilizer spreader for now, which means it will incur a daily fee, but it shouldn't be too much. It really shouldn't be too high. Okay, so into construction, and we want to be into silos. Okay, so that's a small one. Well, it's small, but it's actually probably big enough. Let's just see here. Can we not rotate it? Doesn't seem to want. Oh, it's snapping. Toggle snapping. Press C. Still snaps. I guess it has to be at that orientation, which is a bit annoying. But at the same time, not the end of the world if we can get it in a good place. It could even be on the grass field. In fact, that would make perfect sense. Like there. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. So I don't think the pit is going to be a problem. We'll get that built next time. Also, we need to get some mowers rented, and we'll need a windrow, unless of course the mower swaths, which would be great. But I'm not too sure if we'll be able to buy that sort of thing. And then a loading wagon. We should have the money available for all of that. So, as we have done all this, we've got the lime done, we've got the seed in, we might as well now go to bed, and we'll continue in the next day. To finish off with though, let's just fly over to Chainsaw, go up into the air. We might as well take a look and see what he's been up to. He's done some baling in this field. That's his grass field. Is that just a plot of meadow grass? I'm not too sure. He's right here actually. He's picking up his final bales. That's one thing we didn't have. We didn't have bales. And he could have chopped them if he wanted to. The priority for me was definitely to get the new crops in the ground. Yeah, he's got another grass field. No, that's not his. That's his. That arable crop. And he's got this big field over here. Overall, we both have exactly the same amount of land. So it's very balanced. Anyway, yeah, we'll leave him to collect up his final bales. As I said, please do check out his video. The link is down below. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.